the season's over, so now it is time to discuss Player of the Year. And there's three main candidates here.
It's
Calvin
disgusting.
Heimberg, Gannon Burr, and Isaac Robinson. You'll have to wait till the Grippies.
And Double G.
You'll have to wait till the Grippies to hear what we decide.
What about David Wiggins?
You'll have to wait till the Grippies to hear what we decide.
Big wave.
But
Yeah.
I'm going to just make the case for each player, and then you let us know in the comments what you decide.
Are you going to make
Love
a player A? You should do a player A, player B, player C
People
tweet.
know.
You just do it anyways.
Okay.
I'll.
Well, do you want me to read these with the names, or do you want me to do the stats?
I'm actually gonna make this graphic later for Instagram, so don't do it.
Okay. Well, I was gonna make it just to like voting on Grip Blocks.
You can do that too. We can do this together.
Okay. So do you want me to read the names associated with this?
You might as well, because I know very well what they did.
Yeah. Okay.
Just do it. Everybody knows. This is stupid.
All right. Calvin Heimberg. Here's his resume.
Okay.
Okay. This is only the 2023 Pro Tour season, because that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
If you played A tier, who cares?
You mean
I don't think he did, but
you mean
Gannon Burr did.
2022?
I meant 2023.
Gotcha.
So his average finish on the Pro Tour and at majors, this is all according to Statmando, and it does not factor in the Tour Championship.
Fine.
3.8.
That is an outrageous number.
It doesn't seem right.
It's the
'cause
best part of his resume.
I think they put up a different stat on coverage, but hey, this is straight from Statmando.
That's the best part of his resume.
3.8 with his
That's
worst
insane.
finish being 16th,
That is insane.
and that was at Champions Cup.
That is insane.
He has 2 Pro Tour wins and 1 silver event win, 13 podiums, 21 top 10s, and cash at every event, 100% cash rate.
It's a pretty
100%
awesome
cash
resume.
rate. Wow.
When you read it like that, it's a little tougher to
that's
take
a cool
away.
stat.
Next up, you have
GB.
Sir Gannon Burr. Average finish is 11.7. His worst finish was 50th at the Dynamic Discs Open.
It's not a bad average finish.
He
Makes Calvin
has
sound good though.
he has 3
Calvin, that part of Calvin's resume would
That
beat
sounds
everybody.
good. Yeah.
3 Elite Series wins
Okay.
and 2 silver event wins. One being at the Open at Austin. Nope. One being at Blue Ridge and one being at Kansas City Wide Open.
So one
Blue
very
Ridge
fake.
was very well attended. Kansas City was not very well attended.
Not at all.
So something to factor in there.
Yeah, Kansas City
I'm
was
factoring.
darn near a fake win.
And then last but not least, you have Sir Isaac Robinson.
Sorry.
Average finish 15.68, with his worst finish being 82nd at the Las Vegas Challenge.
Hit him with it.
He has 2 wins, but both are major championships.
This is the hardest player of the year.
So
thing
this is
ever.
this is where there's going to be 3 groups of thought here, okay? And
Yeah.
the people who have these groups of thought are going to land on each of these players differently. Group of thought number 1 is player of the year belongs to the player that was most consistently at the top.
That's where my mind. Now I'm not the smartest person for these stats, but that's
none
where
of these are wrong.
Yeah, no, these are
It's
all
just 3
valid
different
trains
ways
of
to
thought.
view at
right
player of
off the
year.
bat. In my head, that feels the best. Oh, he consistently did the best.
Yeah. So that person will automatically think there's no way anyone can argue against Calvin Heimberg. Then person number 2, which kind of is where person number 2 will battle between Gannon and Isaac. It depends on how much you value a major. Person number 2 is player of the year is about wins. And player of the year is
Also
about
makes sense.
basically legacy performance. Those people will say it doesn't matter. This is more where I fall. It doesn't matter what Calvin did not winning because he was not winning. Then you have Gannon Burr, won 3 times on the Elite Series stage, 2 times on a silver event stage, and you have Isaac Robinson, who won 2 times on a major stage. He won 2 majors in 1 season. Incredible. The question that separates those 2 groups of thought is how much do you weigh a major versus an Elite Series / silver event?
It's like breaking my brain.
And so when you look at those 3, it basically just is what train of thought is the right one for player of the year.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favorite reasons player of the year exists is because
I love that.
they're all right.
The subjectivity of it is great. Now, we should probably look up the criteria again so we can, good luck.
Yeah, good
that.
luck finding this.
But I'm pretty sure this year they made it even heavier on objective things, such as like your tour points. There's still voting involved. Like there will still be a player and media vote, I'm pretty sure. The player and media vote, I'm almost 1,000%
so the player
positive.
of the year is determined
Yeah.
to split vote between media members and tour card players.
Oh, so they took away the tour points.
Let me make sure
thing.
this is this year February 23rd, 2023. Yes.
So it's just media
It's
and player
just vote.
So with that being said, I think there's a 1,000% chance it goes to Calvin. From what I've heard, when you talk to most people, they're like, how could you not pick Calvin? So, and I think the players especially will pick Calvin, and he's a likable player. So I would say my educated guess is that Calvin wins player of the year.
I would agree.
In my head, it's really tough.
I don't think Calvin wins my player of the year.
I can't decide because you're right. When you talk about consistency, was consistently the best.
I like to look at player of the year as what season would I most want.
That is a good way to look
I would
at
want
it.
Isaac Robinson's. I want to be a world champ and Champions Cup. I'd want 2 majors because 10 years from now, no one's going to look back and remember who won Jonesboro
I'd have to agree
and who
with
won
you.
Vegas. But people will remember the world champ
Yeah.
and a Champions Cup.
The
Maybe.
way
If I thought about it that way, that is who I would pick
Like,
as well.
you also have to think, and you can't answer this for Calvin, so you have to answer it from yourself. But I would imagine Calvin Heimberg would trade his season for Isaac Robinson's
It's a good chance he might.
because that gives him a world championship and another major. It gives him 2 majors, which he has 0 to his name right now.
Yeah.
But it gives him 2 majors to his name, and he still would have like a solid season. It's not like Isaac Robinson sucked everywhere else. He still has a solid season.
Yeah, won plenty of
But-
money.
2 majors.
The way I think about it, which I don't think that I'm more correct than any of the other ways, because I think there's good arguments for each one. I think that you make a really good argument. But what makes the most sense for player of the year in my head, it means the player that played the best this year, the best disc golf. And in my head, it makes sense to look at average, like who played the best disc golf. And I feel like average, Calvin played the best.
And that's
disc
how a
golf
lot of
this
people
year.
view it.
I would say the tough thing is just how do you quantify playing the best? Because like if you just quantify by finishing place on average, yes, easily Calvin. But if the goal of disc golf is to win, then he didn't play the best this year because he didn't win as much.
No, because if that's
But
the thing is
and that's a brutal way to look at it because
if
like
it's just winning, then you have to go Gannon Burr.
yeah,
who has
I
3
genuinely
Elite Series
I'm
and
like
2
playing devil's advocate
That's
with
where it's hard.
myself.
So
'cause
that's
have
where I
no
don't
idea
feel like-
who I'd pick right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like it's winning, but I understand.
I
why
genuinely feel
it
like
would to some people.
I feel like 33% split in my head between all 3.
Well, here's my
it's
thing
hard.
is if
It's hard.
really difficult.
how I look at this sport, right, is
Somebody else to win to make
if
this
you're
easy.
at the top, right, if you're our Calvin, Gannon, or Isaac, and you ask them what's your goal each and every weekend,
It's to win.
it's to win. They're not showing up to a tournament not to win.
Yeah,
They're not showing up to a tournament to come in third average. They're
But
showing
that
up to
would
win.
be, but that would be player of the round, not player of the year, though.
No, but every
Yeah,
time
but
they're showing
who
up, they're trying to win.
accomplishes their goal
Yeah.
the most times
Yeah.
throughout the
So
year.
Gannon Burr accomplished his goal the most. Isaac Robinson accomplished everyone's goal in life
But
as a disc golfer, world champion. But he also won a second major. He won half the majors he showed up to.
But Calvin technically beat the most people.
That doesn't matter. He lost.
Yeah.
He lost.
It's all
over and
about
over.
it's all about how you look at it.
I value wins.
Yeah.
That's how I've always valued player of the year.
Typically, I do. It's really tough when Calvin put together such. I mean, I just
It would be
I just
would feel
wish he would have won one more
I would
time.
feel differently towards Calvin if he didn't choke away wins left and right. But he was in a position to win consistently and didn't.
Yeah.
And so that to me, I'm like, he was there. Sure, he got himself in contention, but he fell apart.
It's tough because the other thing about player of the year that makes it tough.
Well,
is
he didn't
like,
fall apart. He got third.
Yeah, but
On
he was
average.
trying to win. He wasn't trying to come third.
Yeah.
Fell
The
apart.
other thing that's tough with player of the year is too is like you want a player who you feel like was good the entirety of the year, like they embodied the year, and realistically, Calvin was the only one that did that per se. I mean, Isaac's wins were a little bit spread out from one another. I just wish he would have won like
but Calvin didn't
all
win
the-
since April.
Yeah, but he was still playing good disc golf. Like some of those guys were a little strict. Now Isaac, I would say after his world title, he was good from there on out. Or after Champions Cup, realistically, he was pretty good from there on out.
And again, we're not giving the Grip Block official answer until the Grippies, but in my opinion, it's between Gannon and Isaac.
Yeah,
Because I value player of the year to me is about the season, body of work that will be remembered, and that comes down to wins. That doesn't come down to finishing place. Because no, I can't. If you ask me who came in 5th place at 2020 Waco, I can't tell you.
It's true.
I have no idea.
It's true.
But you go to wins, and I can
difficult.
name USDGC winners back for who knows how long. I can name Worlds winners back for a long time.
I feel the weight of the media.
And
vote
plus, well, the problem
on my
is the Pro
chest.
Tour Player of the Year doesn't matter. It's the Grippy Player of the Year, and that's completely on us.
Yeah,
so
their awards are fake.
it's tough. Let us know in the comments who you think and why.
Give us good
I'm down in the
arguments for
comments.
every single player that
I'm
maybe we aren't
commenting.
considering.
Oh, because the thing is,
Because I genuinely haven't really thought.
because in
I
my
haven't
opinion,
decided.
there is, like I said, player of the year doesn't have a defined
No, it's subjective.
thing, so everyone
Yeah.
views it a different way.
That's the hard thing.
and you can
Yeah.
view.
That's the beauty of
you
it
can
and the
view
pain.
each player. You can view each player as player of the year. Like you can view each of these three players as player of the year. Now, if you
That's
try
at
to
the end
argue
of
for
the day.
someone else, it doesn't really make sense.
That's at the end of the day. I just want to, I like not argue, but present arguments to why I like Calvin. But then we just view the player of the year as something completely different, which means that we can't like agree on it because we think player of the year means something different.
Yeah,
That's
And
And
that's
that's
how
a frustrating
everyone
thing.
yeah. I said,
that's how everyone is, though.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's beautiful about it. Is that's why the
It's a beautiful
player
mind.
of the year is my favorite. My favorite award because it's so subjective that like
I
no
like-
one will ever agree on it.
My-
Any sport,
Yeah,
basically.
there's not a
favorite-
right answer.
My favorite is Grippy, which is I think the most subjective, is comeback player of the year
That's a good one too.
because it could be somebody who like we could make it anyone we want.